Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video. Today we are doing a do-it-yourself video. We are replacing the radiator on a 2009 Subaru Forester with the 2.5 4-cylinder motor, non-turbo. As always, watch this whole video. Make sure you get all the tips and general idea of how to do it, and then use your own approach to replacing the radiator. And again, if you are not a subscriber yet, make sure you are subscribed to this channel, because we do a lot of these videos, do-it-yourself repair videos, brake pads, radiators, rotors, pretty much everything. Here is the car in question, and the reason why we are replacing the radiator is this neck right here snapped off. So aside from that, radiator worked as it should, but you know, it's a little loose and not secure, so we're going to be pulling this whole thing out. I think the approach will be to remove the fan, and we're going to start by removing this metal bracket clip that holds the radiator up here. And what you'll need is a set of pliers, and then basically squeeze both of these together and then move the clamp towards the fan, and then you'll be able to slide off the whole hose, and we'll put it aside. You will have coolant that's going to be coming out of the upper radiator hose, so keep in mind and put something underneath. Now we are working on the fan. You have 10mm bolts right here. There's a total of 4 of them, so we will start by removing them. They're not very tight. It's plastic pieces held by a square nut right here, so I'm going to loosen them and then do it by hand. Now that we have these out, it kind of falls towards the back, and then it's essentially disconnected because all it does is slide in. Now right here at the bottom we have the electrical connection, and you'll want to disconnect that. And to get this to disconnect, this little pin over here, actually I could just take it out, set it aside. So this one you lift up, you don't push down, you lift up, and then you just pull the other one out. So here's our first fan assembly. Very simple. Now we have to do the same thing for this one, but the connection is underneath, so you can't really see it, you just have to feel it out. With the second one disconnected, we could just pull this off, super easy. Let's see if there's anything else holding us back. Looks like there is. We could remove this coolant tank. In order to do that, there's a weird little plastic bit right here, which you basically just squeeze together. And then we lose the coolant reservoir. But this is what that looks like. And here's our second fan assembly. The reason why I wasn't able to pull it out is there were 2 hoses that were tucked away in here, and when I was pulling it up, it wouldn't come out. So you just have to get those out, and here they are, 2 of these. So now we have our radiator out in the open, and what we will have to do is take off this lower radiator hose all the way at the bottom. My new radiator has both of these metal connection points, so what we'll have to do is just loosen up these brackets and slide off the hoses. So there's 1, 2, and then the lower radiator hose, 3, and then take this off. We already prepped it, and in theory that should get the radiator out, or almost out. All of these brackets or clips, whatever you want to call them, I did them from the bottom. You don't need to raise the car. The other thing I did was remove this small shield right here, which is held by this clip, and then either a Phillips head, I don't know, 12-14mm, I used a Phillips head to get to the lower radiator hose, but all of them are basically held from the bottom. Now just wiggle them out one by one, let the coolant drain. Got the first one off, and in this one we have, I don't know, either transmission fluid or power steering fluid, most likely transmission fluid that's being cooled by the radiator. So we'll set that one aside. We got everything disconnected from the bottom. We got this out right here. And after that, just give it a nice gentle pull. And your old radiator is out. So now we'll have to take that heat shield off and put it on to the new one, and then start reassembling everything and fill a radiator with coolant. That's a 10mm bolt right there. Now position these two, tighten them. Mine needed at 3/4. Yours could be different depending on the radiator you get. But now we could install the heat shield. Now the new radiator is prepped and ready to be dropped in. I got that fitted on. I put the lower radiator hose on right away. Now we could put these brackets in so the radiator stays firm at the top just like it does at the bottom. Everything has been connected at the bottom. I just didn't move the brackets yet. So move them onto the metal piece so everything is tight and snug. Tighten everything. Once everything is good down there, we could start putting in the fans. Now we can start putting the fans in, start tightening them down, work on this side. There it is, guys. Everything is put back together. Now we just have to put new coolant in here. But the way I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna start the car and then I'm gonna slowly pour in coolant just so that bubbles come out with the motor running. And as soon as we have heat, we're gonna be good. As for this video, this is gonna be it. The bleeding, everything else, I'm gonna do personally off video. The point of this video was to show you guys how to replace a radiator, which I think we successfully did do that. As always, thank you for watching. Hope you are a subscriber, and I'll see you guys in another video.